What is going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of the 75 brawlers that are in Brawl Stars right now. So I'm super fired up for this. There have been some recent balance changes that are going to shift things around a little bit. So yeah, let's just get into it. But before we do, I want to show you guys my merch. So I actually made merch, and this is it. It's fire, okay? I think it's fire. I'd love to see y'all's feedback on it. This is personally my favorite. The black logo with the American flag on the back. If you're an American, you understand. But anyway, just wanted to plug that. Let's get right back to the tier list and let's go. So first off, we have 8-bit, and 8-bit's really good, you know. He does a lot of damage. His only issue is, obviously this has been his issue forever, is he's just so slow. He's so hard to play because you can't really move with him. He can be a good mid and gem grab, obviously, but he's just so slow that if you get kind of caught out in the middle, you're screwed, basically. So therefore, I'm going to put him in probably towards the top of the B tier. Next, we have Amber. Amber is broken right now. I think everyone kind of knows this. This isn't really a secret. She's really good, and obviously I think she got some sort of buff that made her really good, but anyway, she is probably low S to high A tier right now. The only reason I'm not going to put her in the S tier is because there's certain game modes where she's just not viable, like Heist, for example, also kind of Knockout and Bounty. She's just not, or Knockout and Wipeout, she's not really good in. Unless it's a very specific map. Next we have Ash, and to be honest with you guys, Ash has really fallen off a lot. I feel like his rage level, if you can properly manage that, he's very, very good. But it's just, again, for the average player, I feel like Ash is not where he once was. I remember the Ash meta sucked, so I'm gonna stick him in the C tier. Barley. Barley used to be more of a viable option before the Kit meta and Charlie meta, and yeah. He's just really not anymore. As well as Mico. Mico really counters him. All the newer brawlers have been countering throwers better, so throwers really aren't as much in the meta as they was before. So I'm gonna stick Barley in the C tier. Probably below Ash. B. B is really alright right now. She's kind of always been sort of the same to me. The only problem is I feel like she doesn't do as much damage as she did before. It just feels like you're having to hit brawlers like 3 or 4 times before they die. Like 4 times, because you have to hit him with the first shot, then hit him with the second shot, then hit him again, then hit him again most of the time. So it's just really tough to get kills with her. So I'm going to put her in the C tier above Ash. Belle. Belle is actually really good right now. She's really good in 5v5 because her shots just keep bouncing. Her mark has always been really good as well. I think she's a good brawler right now. I'm going to stick her in the A tier. BB. So, a lot of people are really good at BB, and a lot of people aren't. If you're not good with her, she's probably like an F tier brawler for you. If you are good with her, she's probably like an A to S tier brawler, right? Personally, I think she's probably somewhere in this low C to D tier. I'm going to stick her in the low C tier because obviously her home run bar is good because when it's charged you can get that speed boost with the star power, but other than that there's really no use for her. Like her only advantage, I guess, is her speed. So next we have Bonnie, and Bonnie is an interesting brawler because she's just interesting. She's really good obviously out of her tank form, I guess. She's very good out of that. In her form, though, she's really slow, and you have to hit her shots to get her super to be any good. So, I'm going to put her in the low B tier. Yeah. Bo. So, Bo recently, I think everyone knows this, he got a buff, and he was actually really, really good for a while, and he got a nerf almost back to where he was. I think he does a little bit more damage than he did before, but he got a nerf back, but people are still playing him just as much, and people are still really good with him. I think that kind of made people realize his full potential, so I personally think he's a top of A tier brawler right now. Brock. Brock's shots are so slow. That's his one issue. He's very good in 5v5, I've noticed. He can be good on knockout too as well on most maps. I wouldn't use him really in any other modes, to be honest. So I'm going to stick him in the top of C tier. Next, we have Bull. Bull was really good. I think he's still usable in Brawl Ball and maybe some other maps in different modes, but really just Brawl Ball. And it has to be certain maps, so he's kind of fallen off a lot. I would probably put him in the C tier, probably above Ash. Next, we have Buster, and Buster has been really good recently. I think people still don't understand his full potential. His movement speed is actually pretty fast, in my opinion, for his build overall. His gadget is probably one of the best in the game, if we're being honest. I mean, it literally confirms kills every single time. So, therefore, I am going to do something that you guys probably didn't expect, but I'm going to put him probably in the low S tier. He's very good. People still don't really understand it, so yeah. Next, we have Buzz. And Buzz, certain people are really good with Buzz, but I just feel like when he latches onto a brawler, especially in 3v3 and 5v5, obviously, there's just so many other brawlers around him that can kill him. So unless you have it's kind of like playing Kid. Unless you literally have an literally open area where it's a 1v1, then he's really good. But if not, you're just going to get killed every time if you get the kill as well. So I'm going to stick him probably in the D tier, honestly. Next we have Byron, and Byron is really falling off. He seems like he goes up and then down and then up and then down all the time. So he's just a tough brawler to, list in this list, because some people are good with him, obviously, and some aren't. But I haven't seen a whole lot of him recently. I'm going to stick him in the C tier, probably below Ash. Carl. I also haven't seen a whole lot of Carls recently. I think he's actually better, a little bit better than he was before now. I am going to stick him in the B tier above 8-bit. Charlie. Charlie is still really, really underrated. I don't think they nerfed her enough, to be honest with you. Just her concept alone, even if she was a horrible brawler, she could trap people for so long. It's insane. So she can just literally take them out of the game, and then it's pretty much a free kill every time. So just based off that alone, she's an S tier brawler in my opinion. Chester. So a lot of people aren't big on Chester. I really am. Chester does so much damage up close. He's almost like a Leon, where he can do damage far away, but he can also do damage up close. And Leon's very good right now. Chester is just being underrated right now, I feel like, and I'm gonna stick him in that low A tier personally. Chuck. You know, Chuck is a really good concept. I just don't think people took the time to really master him, if you know what I mean. Like, people are like, alright, this is a cool brawler, and then they kind of moved on to Charlie when she came out. Like, I don't think people really took the full time to master him, and he's only really good in Heist, and even still, I don't really see him too much in there anymore. I'm going to stick him in the D tier. Probably below Buzz, honestly. Colette. I think Colette's fallen off from where she was for sure, but I do think she's still a really viable option in a lot of different modes, just because her gadget obviously is really good, but her build in general, she's good in Brawl Ball against tankier brawlers, and she just melts through them. She's really good. Her hypercharge is obviously really good in Heist. She's one of the best brawlers in Heist. Therefore, I'm going to stick her in the S tier. Colt. Again, this one is kind of just depends on how good you are with him. I've always kind of put Colt in the B tier, just because I feel like if you're good with him, he can be an S tier brawler. If you're bad, he can be an F tier brawler. And I've always put him in the B tier, so I'm going to continue that and put him above Bonnie in the B tier. Darryl. So Darryl is actually really good right now, in my opinion. I am sort of a Darryl main, so I may have a little bit of bias here, but I do believe that Darryl is really good. I think that buff he got is a lot better than people really understand and mechanically in the game, because you can charge his super and get more supers. His only really mode is Brawl Ball, which obviously puts him down a little bit, but I really do think he is a top of B, maybe even low A brawler right now. I'm going to stick him in the top of B tier just because that's more of a safer one, but yeah. Okay, we have our first F tier brawler, Doug. I think I don't really even have to explain this, he's just horrible. I think everyone kind of knows it at this point. Next we have Dynamike, and I think a lot of people are probably putting Dynamike in the S tier right now. I kind of disagree with that, just because I do think it takes some skill to play him. I personally would put him towards the top of A tier, maybe right below Bo. Actually, probably right below Amber in the A tier, just because you still have to be good with him. Obviously, his gadget's one of the best in the game if you can hit your shot. His hypercharge is really, really OP. I think everyone sort of knows that. So, yeah, he's a good brawler. I think he's an A tier brawler for now. I don't even think, even if he got buffed insanely, I don't know if he could even be an S tier brawler, just because he's a higher skill count brawler. Mandy, this is my main. I have a little bit of bias here. However, I do think she's really good right now. She can be used in Knockout and Wipeout and Bounty, almost on any map. She's good in 5v5, even in Brawl Ball. I think she can honestly be used on certain Brawl Ball maps. She can be used on certain Heist maps as well. She's a very versatile brawler if you're good with her, but most people usually aren't. So therefore, I'm going to put her in the B tier. It pains me because she's really an S tier for me, but B tier for now for Mandy. Next we have Piper, and Piper's a good brawler right now. She's actually my highest trophy brawler. I think she's really easy to push, honestly. You just have to take the time to do it. She's like, I think I have her at like 900 some trophies. But anyway, I would honestly put her in the A tier, probably above Belle. I think she's really good right now. Primo. So Primo has a lot of health, but I haven't even seen him in 3v3 in so long. Like, think of a mode where Primo's actually good. Brawl Ball maybe, but any other mode he's just kind of bad in. So I don't, oh whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't even think he's viable anymore in 3v3, and solos I don't even see him anymore either. So I'm going to do something that I don't think I ever even thought about doing before, but that is, I'm going to put Primo in the F tier, or D, not F tier, D tier, sorry. I just don't think has a place right now in this meta, to be honest with you. Gray. So a lot of people have been putting Gray towards the top of A, or maybe low S tier. I personally agree with most people on this. He's a very good brawler. You just kind of have to know where to place his teleports, because if you place them wrong, then he's kind of useless. He's just like any other sort of longer range brawler. His gadget's obviously really good, but I don't see him as much as I used to, so therefore I am going to, if I could click him, I'm going to put him in the A tier, probably right below Bo. Janet. I don't really think Janet's any good right now. She may have gotten a buff recently because I actually played in a game with Tribe Corey today, which was fun, but he was playing her, so she may have gotten a buff. He may have been doing a video on it. I'm not really sure. I don't keep up with that stuff. However, historically, she's been pretty bad. I personally think she's a D tier brawler. Frank. Do I even have to explain this one? He's just horrible. Tick is very good. He's always been good. He always will be good, I think, unless they seriously nerf him. His gadget is really good. It's very unique to throwers, and his super also is very good. Everyone kind of knows that. So I am going to put him in the A tier, probably bottom, towards the bottom of the A tier, right there. Lola, I feel like she's on and off in the meta. It just depends on how people perceive her. She really stays the same. It's just how people play her and all of that. I personally don't think she's that good, but I could be wrong. But for me, she's definitely a B tier brawler, probably above 8-bit, below Mandy. Penny's just not good anymore. It's easy to dodge her shot or her mortar shots. Her gadget just kind of is useless now. And think of a mode she's actually good in. There's none. So I'm going to put her in the D tier, right there. Actually, she's probably better than Janet, honestly, but yeah, she's still horrible. Gale. I think people are actually finally realizing how good Gale is right now. I've been saying this for months. He's really good, and people just don't really use him a lot. He's very good in Gym Grab. He can be used in Brawl Ball. He can even be used on some longer range maps just to counter out some brawlers that he does. He's very good. I'm gonna put him in the A tier. Probably right there. Crow's an S tier brawler right now, and I really only think he's really an S tier brawler in Heist, but he's so good in Heist that he just automatically gets S tier just because how good he is. I mean, he gets his hypercharge and the safe's literally done every single time. It gets like 50% damage or something. It's ridiculous. He's an S tier brawler just because of that. I think I don't really have to explain that one too much. It's insane. Rosa's next, and Rosa is honestly really good right now as well. She's probably one of the best tanks in the game, if not the best tank in the game. I am going to put her in the A tier above Dynamike. Rico got a buff recently, and he's broken. Have you played him yet? If you haven't, I highly suggest it because he's insane. He's not very versatile as far as game modes. He can be used in Heist, I guess. He can also be used in other game modes, but to me, he's a top of A tier. Maybe on some people, he's a low S tier brawler, but for me, he's just not good in every mode, or, he's not like, he doesn't have a standout mode where he's like insane like Crow does, Sandy to me is an A tier brawler as well. She's very good right now. I'd probably put her towards the bottom of A tier right there, maybe just because again, she's kind of limited to modes. She's not really used in bounty, knockout, or wipeout, so yeah. Next up, we have Jacky. Jacky is really good right now, kind of like Rosa. I feel like she's still underrated a lot. Good Jackies are very good. She doesn't take that much skill to play. So I'm going to be putting her in the top of the B tier just because I feel like there's a lot of brawlers that can still beat her unless she has a map that she's really good on. Meg. You know, I don't play a whole lot of Meg, and I don't really see a whole lot of Megs anymore unless it's in Showdown. And even then, I don't really see her that much anymore. I think she's fallen off a lot, to be honest. I'm probably going to put Meg towards the C tier, maybe actually really low B tier. She can be used in certain modes. Her mech is still really good. As long as you get your super, you can use that blade and just swipe them, and it does like 5k. So she's obviously still really good, but not what she used to be, I feel like. Eve. I actually think Eve is really good. She can be used in different modes. She can't really be used in Brawl Ball, but any map that has water on it that she can get an advantage on, she's pretty much good in. So there's a lot of maps that have that if you really look at the rotations. I would probably put her towards the bottom of the A tier, right around there. Grom. Grom has fallen off because of all the brawlers that have been added, you know, like the Micos and stuff like that. I personally think he's probably a lower B tier brawler, probably below 8-bit. Nita. Nita has also fallen off, I think, some from where she was. She was an S tier brawler not too long ago, I think. I would probably put her more towards down in the A tier just because I think her bear is obviously very good, but she does get countered by brawlers like Amber and Gale as well, brawlers that are in the A tier that are also kind of meta now. So she has fallen off some, but I would still probably put her probably above Dynamike right here. Jean. I think Jean's one of the worst non-tank brawlers in the game, if that makes sense. He is really bad, and I don't even see him used that much anymore. His pull is not as good as he once was. His gadget, both of them are alright. He just doesn't have anything that stands out that makes him a good brawler. I'm going to put him towards the bottom of C tier. Stu, S tier for sure. I'd probably put him up there. Honestly, Stu is really good right now. He's always been good. I don't really feel like I have to explain this one too much. His dash is one of the best mechanics in the game. Yeah, he's really good. Sam. I feel like Sam has fallen off a lot, and the reason is because people have started to figure out that literally all Sam does is throw his thing at you and run right at you. So all you have to do is run away and then kind of shoot at him. Unless he fully counters you, like maybe like Penny, he's just not very good because a lot of these brawlers can handle him. So I am going to put him in the bottom of C tier. Yeah. Surge. I think people are underrating Surge a little bit right now. I think a lot of people have him in like the D or F tier. Maybe not the F tier, but the D tier. I think personally he's a C tier. He can be used in certain modes, and I think he got a buff recently. So yeah, I'd probably put him in the kind of towards the top of the C tier. RT. This one may surprise some of you. I really think he's an S tier brawler. He's one of the most versatile brawlers in the game, and he does a lot of damage. He's very good in Brawl Ball. He's very good in Knockout, Bounty, and Wipeout. He can be used in other game modes like Gem Grab as well. I just think he's very good right now. He's very versatile. I think you can pick an RT in any mode except for Heist and be okay. Even maybe in Heist too. If you're trying to play defense, he's very good as well. So you can honestly pick him in almost any mode. I think he's really good. Lou. I would personally put Lou in the bottom of the S tier. People are starting to figure him out, but he's a very interesting brawler. You have to know his mechanics to be good with him, but if you are, he's very good. His hypercharge is obviously OP. Mico, S tier. Probably above Lou just because, actually probably above RT as well. Mico is obviously very good, obviously a higher skill cap brawler. I think everyone sort of knows this. He's been in S tier for a while now, so yeah. Kit is next, and Kit is really good in solos, not really good in 3v3. I'd probably put him towards the bottom of A tier, probably below, actually probably above Chester. Poco. I've seen actually more Pocos recently than I have before, but I actually played him the other day. I forgot about that, and he was very good. But I played him in Brawl Ball, lower trophies like 500, so I don't know. He just doesn't seem like as good as he once was. There aren't really many healers in the game right now, so I think he does have a sort of an advantage as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, I'd put him probably towards the top of the C tier, probably above Surge, but below B. Leon, I think he's an S tier brawler right now. He's a very versatile brawler. You can use him in a lot of different modes. Once he gets the super, he's obviously really good, and his hypercharge is really good as well. So yeah, he's just a good brawler right now. I don't think I really have to explain this one too much either. Next we got Spike, and Spike S tier as well. I really do think Spike is really good right now. He always has been. I think he's one of the most consistently good brawlers in the game. He's sort of like an RT for me, where you can pick him in any mode and be alright. Larry and Laurie, I'm actually going to save these guys for the end. So next we got Pearl, who I also think is an S tier brawler. She's actually probably one of the best brawlers in the game right now, if I'm being honest. She is OP, and I think Spin has been talking about it recently, but not too many other people have been talking about it. So I was just going to back Spin on this. She's really good. She can do a ton of damage. You have to be patient with her, but she's very good. Nani. I think Nani is high A tier. Probably below Bo in A tier. She's really good. I think people have kind of figured out how to kind of play against her, but her gadget is really, really good. She can take literally infinite damage, basically, and return it to the person. Very good for against Pipers and against other long-range brawlers. Griff. So I honestly think Griff is like towards the F tier. He's just horrible right now. I can't even remember the last time I saw a Griff in game. He's a D tier brawler for me. Next we have Cordelius. I think he's an S tier brawler. His supers are one of the most unique in the game. It's kind of like Charlie's, where it can kind of trap people away. It's one of the best in the game. His gadget, obviously, again, is really good. He's just a very good brawler, very fast brawler, which helps in this meta as well. And next we have Pam, and Pam's, again, towards the top of the A tier, probably right here. She's really good. Her healing's really good. She can be used in multiple modes. She does a lot of damage up close. I hate playing against her. I think a lot of people hate playing against her, to be honest. Sprout. I feel like Sprout has really fallen off. I'd put him in the D. I don't even know what it is. Him, her, it. I don't know. But I'd put it in the D tier just because I don't feel like I've seen too many Sprouts. And when I do, they usually get countered by somebody, no matter really what mode they're in. Tara. I think Tara's fallen off a lot. She's personally probably a B tier brawler for me. Probably the top would be. She's good. But she's definitely not what she once was. Why can I not think of this brawler's name? Willow. Probably a C tier brawler for me, honestly. She's horrible, I feel like. She can be used in certain scenarios, and her super is obviously one of the most unique in the game. It's good in Brawl Ball to score goals, but other than that, she's not really good right now. Edgar. So a lot of people have Edgar in the S tier, and I agree, honestly. I feel like he was always better than people said he was. I really do, because he could get his super in a decent amount of time, and once you got one, you could usually get multiple, and it didn't take too long. I honestly think he was probably an A to B tier brawler even before the hypercharge. Just saying. Hank, I don't really think I even have to explain this one. He's just horrible. He's probably a little bit better than Frank, but he's horrible. Frank and Hank, they both suck. Anyway, Max. I don't feel like Max's speed boost is as good as it once was. Like, it's not as useful as it was before. However, I'm still going to put her in the C tier just because I feel like she still kind of has a place on certain maps, but, you know. Fang, one of the best brawlers in the game. I'd probably put him above Pearl. Everyone knows this. I don't even think I have to explain this. His super's OP, his hypercharge is OP, his gadgets are both pretty good. He's just really good. Otis. Otis is a top of A tier brawler for me. He's always very, very useful in different modes. You can pretty much play him anywhere. He'll be alright. Maybe not heist, but his super is, again, one of the best in the game. He's very good. Mortis. I'd probably stick Mortis in the B tier, probably towards the bottom of the B tier, probably right around here. He's very good in certain modes where you can use him to get kind of confirmed kills for people. Again, he's good in Brawl Ball. Good in Knockout, actually, surprisingly, in certain maps. Maisie, probably the best brawler in the game right now. I don't even think I really have to explain this one much either. She's really good. I think everyone sort of knows this at this point. Yeah, her hypercharge is OP. Shelly. I would put Shelly in the A tier. I still think she's one of the better brawlers in the game. Probably above Otis. She's one of the better brawlers in the game. She's not as good as she was. People know how to play against her. Her Clay Pigeon's gadget is really good. You can pretty much auto-aim that thing. It's insane. I think everyone kind of knows Shelly at this point. Squeak. I actually think Squeak has fallen off. I haven't seen too much of him recently. I'd probably put him in the B tier. He's just fallen off a lot. Don't see him a lot. So yeah. Ems. Same thing for him. I don't see her a whole lot. I don't think this rotation of maps is really good for her either. I'd probably stick her... her 8-bit. I'd probably stick her above 8-bit, to be honest. I'm not really sure why this is here, but we'll just go with it. So, Gus. Gus is falling off a lot. Honestly, I'd probably put him in the D tier. Probably above Sprout. Probably below Sprout. Above Penny. I don't really think I have to explain that one too much. I just don't think he has a place in this meta right now, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of other brawlers that do his job a lot better than he does. Jessie. I think Jessie's hypercharge is probably one of the worst in the game. It just takes too long to get, and it's really not that good. It may get one kill, you know. It's not as good as people thought it was going to be. So, for that reason, I'm going to stick her in the B tier above Squeak. Next we have Mr. P. And Mr. P used to be a lot better than he is. There's a lot of brawlers that counter him in this meta. I'm probably stick him in the C tier, probably above Max. Next we have Ruffs. He's always been pretty good. I'd probably put him in the A tier. He's always been good. He's good at powering up his teammates. He's probably bottom of A tier. Yeah. Larry and Laurie. This is kind of a prediction because they're not released yet. I actually don't even know when they release, but I'm just going to go ahead and say they're going to be towards the top of the A tier. Just because I think that they're one of the most unique pairs in the game. I think we'll see how it goes. They could be a little bit lower than that, but that's my guess for them. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. It's not my normal style of video, but I really do enjoy making tier lists for you guys and seeing you guys disagree with me in the comments. But anyway, thank you for watching.